Steeler Nation, rise up. It's game day. But you know what we got to do on Big Deke News? Real game, fake lines, where we give you fake lines for real game. First one, will Devin Bush record at least one tackle in this game? Odds I have set at -150. Obviously sounds like a shoo-in, right? But whenever you look back to last game and try to check the stat sheet, Devin Bush is nowhere to be found. The reason I have it at -150, though, I mean, it's just one tackle, right? It's got to happen. Devin Bush is going to be playing a decent amount. He's still in the competition for the starting inside linebacker spot with Robert Spillane. So just one tackle. I'm going to keep this one going from last week, and that is, will Chris Oladokan get a snap in this game? I have the odds set at +200. Last week, I had it set at +400. He did not get a snap. So why are we changing the odds to make it seem like it's more likely that he's going to get one in this game? Well, it's pretty simple. There's a bunch of Mason Rudolph trade rumors happening. And also, Chris Oladokan actually got some of his first reps this week in training camp. So could I see a scenario where Mitch starts out the game, Pickett goes to halftime, maybe gets the first series in the third quarter, then Mason Rudolph finishes out the game. But as I said last week, if there's that final series, we get the ball back, there's 2 minutes left. Do we throw Chris Oladokan in? I guess it's going to be more predicated on game flow. Like if it's one of those scenarios where it's a close game and we can give Mason a final drive scenario to try to complete, maybe we go with that. But if it's a blowout, why not throw Oladokan in for the last series? Next one, who takes the first snap at running back? I got this as a pick'em because I could see it going many different directions. First, you got Benny Snell, who's number 2 on the depth chart. So he would be first man up if Najee Harris doesn't play in this game, which I assume he does not. Anthony McFarland, he got the first snaps last week and actually had some success. But then you have Jaylen Warren, who's being talked about a lot. He's getting more and more work in training camp. And some reporters are saying he surpassed Benny Snell as the number 2 running back. So I think that's an interesting one. It's a pick'em. I could see it going in a couple different directions. I'm going to do another one from last week. And since it's the preseason, not the regular season where you get multiple quarterbacks playing in a game, why not take advantage of it? So, which quarterback is going to throw a touchdown? I got Pickett's line set at even, +100, Mitch, +120, and then Mason at -110, and I'll explain the reasoning. With Pickett, there's no doubt he's going to get his opportunities to lead a scoring drive. I think he's going to get multiple series, probably at least 4. But a couple differences from this week versus last week. One in his favor is that he's actually going to have George Pickens, and he might be playing with just a better offensive unit as a whole. One of the downsides is, though, he might be going up against Jaguars first-teamers or second-teamers, whereas last week, I don't even know who the hell was out there for the Seahawks. With Mitch at +120, I just think he's going to get limited work. It's going to be like last week, 2 series and you're out. So if he doesn't punch it in on those 2 series, he's not going to get another chance. So that's why I have the odds as less favorable than Pickett, but it is better value if you were hypothetically betting on this. And then with Mason, I actually have him as the favorite, -110. I don't think he's going to be going up against the staunchest of defenses late in the game. And I think he played good last week, and he's been playing good at training camp. So I don't think him playing with the third stringers is going to automatically make him start playing bad. He knows the Canada system. He's been around with the Steelers. So if anything, I think he's going to be able to elevate the guys around him in a way. Next, do we see a Big Ben highlight from one of the last 2 times we played at Jacksonville in the broadcast? I could see it going one of 2 ways. Maybe one of the quarterbacks makes a play that is similar to, i.e., back in 2018 whenever Ben rushed for that game-winning touchdown. Or maybe he made a throw in 2020 and the broadcast goes like, hey, that throw by Pickett kind of reminds you of a quarterback that did this the last time we were in Jacksonville. It could go that way, or it could just be some type of filler content saying like, hey, last couple times we were down here in Jacksonville, this is what happened. I have these odds set at +300. I don't think it's that likely, but I think we all know there's a chance. Or as a bonus, do we get some type of montage of the Steelers-Jaguars, like low-key pseudo rivalry, like going back to the 2007 divisional game, and then it goes to what? Maybe like the divisional game in 2017, but then the Steelers got him in the last 2 in 2018, 2019. Is there just a whole montage? I would have that set at probably like +500. Last one. I'm feeling lazy. I'm going to roll another one over from last week, but this one's with good reasoning. It's, will Presley Harvin boot one within the 10? Last week, he didn't even play, so this is the first time we're going to see him in some preseason action. I'm going to have the odds. I can't even remember what I had it set at for last week. I'm going to have this one as even because we're hearing a lot of good things from Presley Harvin in training camp, and this is his first preseason game. We know what he did in his first preseason game last year, so I think he gets at least 1 in the 10. The problem would be, though, is if the offense is humming like we did last week, he's not going to get too many opportunities. So actually, no, I'm going to bump it up to like plus 130. But before I go, I actually have a quick real game, real line for you, because yesterday, during the Pirates game, I was thinking I need a Pittsburgh parlay. It was a live bet. The odds were actually pretty close to even. It was minus 110. I was like, all right, I think Buccos are going to win this, which they did, so shout out to the Bucks there. But also, parlay it with another Pittsburgh team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, to get the win today. Those odds were plus 125. Whenever I combined it together, I got plus 329. So I put $10 on it. I'm on pace to win $42.95. So if the Steelers win outright, I get $32 or almost $33 in profit. But in terms of just suggestions, if you weren't able to be as fortunate as me and see that type of investment opportunity, maybe just put something on the Steelers. They're actually getting points today, plus 2.5, or you could go money line, like I said, like plus 125, maybe plus 130, depending on what betting app you use. But that is it for the Steelers versus Jaguars preview for preseason game 2. Let me know what you think about some of the lines, if the odds were set right, down in the comments below. Stay chillin'. Peace.